This is news just coming in from Bombay, and that's what we are starting urban debate with. Another airline, another goof up, this time by SpiceJet. Complete chaos at the Mumbai airport because this is where a Mumbai to Goa flight that was supposed to take off at 3 o'clock today, well, it still hasn't taken off. That is 5 hours. And if you add the number of hours that the passengers have been at the airport, they would come minimum by 1 o'clock to take a 3 o'clock flight. That makes it 7 hours. Our reporter Shweta, in fact, was supposed to be on this flight, still waiting for the flight to take off. Shweta, what is the airline saying?
Well, absolutely. Here this shows the kind of absolute failure of SpiceJet, and here we are seeing that the flight has been revised multiple times and still it has been delayed. In fact, they are still at the Mumbai airport, and initially the flight was in fact supposed to depart at 3 o'clock, and then the later timing was going to be at 6 o'clock, and then for 7 o'clock, and it is 8 o'clock now. And me, including in everyone, at the Mumbai airport, the flight hasn't yet. So absolutely 7 hours of passengers, and here we are since 1 o'clock. Passengers do come here due to high footfall in the Mumbai airport. What we witnessed from past a few days, what we are seeing. But yes, the SpiceJet delay has in fact upset many of the passengers here, and this flight is supposed to take off. Which was supposed to take off from 3, and it's already 8, and we are still at Mumbai airport. And this SpiceJet flight is the SG455, that is Bombay to Goa flight. And despite changing their flight timings multiple times, this is an absolute failure from SpiceJet, and this has resulted in chaos at Mumbai airport, where we saw passengers getting angry. In fact, the kind of visuals what we have shot for our viewers show of arrangements, that poor arrangement what SpiceJet had done for its passengers. 6 hours, passenger had no plans like how to reach a short while back. In fact, the boarding has been completed, but yes, everyone is still at the Mumbai airport. And imagine people, those who were supposed to reach for the important meeting, or you say important function in the evening, the person, despite paying hefty amounts, is still at the Mumbai airport.
All right, you're still at the Mumbai airport. Hopefully, the flight has boarded, so hopefully you should be taking off soon. But that's a wait of 7 hours for people who showed up at the Mumbai airport to take their flight to Goa. Was supposed to leave Captain Amit Singh at 1 o'clock, still hasn't left. I understand festive rush. I understand holiday rush. The holiday rush is over. All right, you can say, Goa sees a lot of traffic from Mumbai. All right, you can say this is a weekend. This is the starting of a weekend. Maybe there are a lot of flights that are going in, etc., etc. But this is taking, passengers for a complete ride. You don't value their time. You don't value their money.
Actually, there is no transparency. Firstly, the passenger rights are not displayed. People don't know about their rights. If a flight is delayed by 2 hours or 3 hours, they're entitled to refreshment, meals. 6 hours or more, they're entitled to compensation, 5,000 rupees, 7,000 for one-way fare. So there's a passenger charter, which is there on the Ministry of Civil Aviation website, which needs to be prominently displayed. Because on these flights, there would be hundreds of passengers who would be entitled to certain compensation. And the way they are packed in the lounges, so this is total mistreatment of the passengers. So one, they are not being updated of the information. This is not the first time. It has been repeatedly happening. There was one case in Delhi where the passengers were kind of trapped in the aero bridge because if a flight is delayed for more than 2 hours, they're entitled to compensation. So they announced boarding, but did not allow the passengers to board the aircraft. So such things are happening. So who has a grasp of things? The regulator, the DGCA, certainly the oversight is not there. They're always behind the incident. When the incident happens, then they come into the picture and take a very kind of a weak action against the organizations. We have seen it in the Air India case where they have been fined 30 lakhs. So that is nothing for an airline. If an airline loses revenue, one flight will cost them more than 30 lakhs. So there has to be a real-time updation like the minister had done at the Delhi airport for the passengers. So real-time updation of what's happening, which lines or the queues to enter. So why can't the passengers have real-time updation? So the trust is not there. Now the passengers don't trust the airlines that what they're telling is the truth or not. And SpiceJet has
Amit Singh,
unfortunately become
they don't trust the
notorious
airlines
for this.
because there is no transparency. There is no transparency.
Correct.
If there was transparency, passengers would trust the airline and say, all right, maybe there is a genuine reason. But it has started happening so frequently. You know, ek purana zamana hota tha when trains used to be delayed by 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. And we used to say the airlines are better, the aviation sector is better. Now, trains in India aren't as delayed as flights in India are. And this is not the first and the only flight. There have been multiple occasions at multiple airlines when you have had passengers waiting for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, and it has happened to possibly every viewer who is watching this broadcast. So, which essentially means there is no transparency. The airline will not tell you why the flight is delayed. They'll just keep you waiting. You'll have 3 or 4 people there possibly manning the desk. They will say they have no information, and that is how it is. You essentially do not value the passenger's time. You do not value the passenger's money either, because you know these are paying passengers. These are not government servants who are flying in free on an airline. These are paying customers we are talking about. We leave it there for the moment. Amit Singh, thank you very much. A Goa bound flight, SpiceJet from Mumbai, well, delayed by at least 5 hours. Passengers have been waiting at the airport for 7 hours, still hasn't taken off as we speak. We leave it there. Thank you very much.